Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here. 750 project bike build today, and in fact I've already done a few things. In fact, I'm going to run a little bit of footage for you in just a little bit and show you some things that I've done. I've got a little bit of work done on the gas tank. I got that dent removed. I'm going to show you that footage. Hey guys, how you doing? Mark here. I am headed up to Janesville right now to have a guy look at that dent that I have in the gas tank. He's supposed to be doing a paintless dent repair system. You know, they stick on that little suction cup, or they put a glue on a stick or something like that, and they got a little mechanism that kind of pulls on it and to where it pops the dent out. So I'm hoping that he's going to be able to fix the dent. Hopefully it won't be too expensive, because like I said, it's just a pretty small dent. But I want to take you guys along because I'm hoping that he'll let me record the process. But the problem is I forgot to grab my regular camera. That's kind of why I'm sounding different right now. It's because I'm just recording with my phone. So yeah, I'm going to head up there. Hopefully he can fix my tank, and hopefully it won't cost too much. Okay guys, I'm here at the shop and we'll take the tank in and see what he can do. Awesome. Alright, so I just left the shop, left the tank there. He couldn't work on it right away. He's got a couple other things that he wants to do first. And I told him no worries, you know, it's no big thing. I don't need it in, you know, a day or anything like that. So just get to it when you get to it. But seems like a pretty cool guy. The place is, what was it? It was Charlie Cottom is his name. It's Charlie Cottom Paintless Dent Repair. And yeah, sounds pretty good. Sounds like he's pretty well knowledgeable about, you know, what's going on. He says that pulling my little dent could be anywhere between $50 and he doesn't think more than $100. He goes, it just kind of depends. You know, you could be working on it and then all of a sudden what turns out to be only an hour-long job turns out to be a 2-hour-long job. So you just never know. But yeah, he says that it really shouldn't be more than $100. So that's cool with me. And then he reaffirmed that Jesus, this road is kind of bumpy. He just re-clarified with me that I do plan on getting that tank repaired. He goes, just sometimes with the glue that he uses to adhere the stuff and do the pulling, sometimes the paint can pull off. And I told him, no, I do plan on painting it. So he's like, oh, okay, that's no problem then. And he actually gave me the name of a person to call to see about a custom paint job. I'm just kind of leery on doing it myself. I just don't know. I mean, I want a nice big heavy metal flake, and I could just do spray paint cans and stuff like that. I've never really done an actual paint gun, and I've never done metal flake before, so I just don't know if I have it in me to do it. I'd rather give it to somebody else and have it done properly than, you know, to fuck it up and, you know, waste a couple $100 on paint just to strip it off and do it again, to fuck it up again and redo it and then screw it up a third time. So yeah, I'm gonna see how much it's gonna cost to have somebody else actually do the painting. I mean, if he's gonna say, you know, oh yeah, it's gonna be like $1,200 or $1,500, well, screw that, I'll do it myself. And if I have to screw up the paint job a couple of times to get it right, I'm sure that'll be cheaper than paying that kind of money. But I'm hoping that they'll just look at it and say, well, you know, if you do all the prep work and then all you gotta do is just paint it, then, you know, we'll give you, you know, X dollars. And, you know, I'm hoping that it's not going to be more than like 4 or 5, but I'm just not sure. All right, so I'm going to head back to the house. I got some stuff I got to do, and I'll actually do more of this video on another day. Okay, see you guys later. Hey guys, it's actually the very next day, and I have already gotten a call from Charlie saying that my tank is ready. So I am headed back up to Janesville the very next day to pick up the tank. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Milwaukee and see if I can find an automotive paint supplier over there. I believe they deal in House of Color paints, and I'm going to see what they have. I want to just price everything out. I'm still not sure if I'm actually going to do the painting or not, but I at least want to price it out and see how much, you know, like I don't even know how much I need. What, like a half gallon? You know, is that going to be enough for a few coats over a gas tank, a couple of fenders, and side covers? You know, I just don't know if that's enough or not. I'm sure it is. So yeah, that's what my plan is. I'm going to go into Milwaukee and just price out the paint. Okay guys, I just picked up the tank. I got you on my phone again today, so let me see if I can flip this around somehow. Alright, so here's the tank. This is right here is where the dent was, and as you can tell, it's pretty much non-existent. So he did a really good job. 75 bucks. So yeah, looks good. I like it. Other than doing the dent repair, as you can see, I now have my engine up on my workbench. I've got a couple of slats here on the workbench too, just to help stabilize it, because there are bolts holding the oil pan and stuff together. So those bolts kind of make it uneven. If I didn't have these little 1/4-inch slats on there, it'd be all wobbly and whatnot. So I got that on there just to hold it down. It's really nice and secure. I've been working on the pre-screen bolt. I couldn't get it off, and I actually rounded it off pretty well. I went and got these bolt removal. I'll show you what they kind of look like here. So I don't know if you can see that, but they got kind of a thread on them, and it bites into the head of a bolt or a screw or a nut. And it's supposed to make it easier to extract, because what they'll do is they'll bite in, and as you're torquing down on it, it bites even harder. And it's supposed to work, but that's so damn stuck on, I can't even get those to work. So I put some penetrating lube on it. Hopefully it'll work. I'll just keep on putting a little bit of lube on there, and hopefully one day it'll just pop off. The other thing, the inlet pipe that I could not get off, I did as soon as I got the motor out of the engine, and it's something I didn't film. I pulled the carburetor off, because you guys have seen me do that a million times before, and the bolt for that, it was actually quite loose. I had kept on coming out and putting penetrating lube on it. I did that for a couple of weeks way back in the fall, and now when I came out in the middle of winter, what has it been, almost a month ago, I put a socket on there, and believe it or not, it wouldn't still fit. It wasn't that rounded off. And I was about ready to, I was going to really crank that thing to try to get it off. It came right off. So that's all been done. I cleaned off the pipe, re-blackened it and everything like that. So that's all good to go now. So right now, that's the only thing I'm really truly working on, is just getting that loose. And then we'll start diving into here. But I'm not working on the motor anymore today. What I want to focus on is the bike. And I want to focus more on the front of the bike. And what I mean by that is, here, let me show you. Okay, so a few things I would like to do. I can take off the mirrors. I'm not even going to use these. I'm just going to probably toss them. I may clean them up and try to sell them if I can. But you can see some pretty decent rust on there. I'll see if I can clean it off and see what happens. But we'll see. I've got a different speedo for this, new housing and everything like that. So I want to take this off, take off the front fender and probably the blinkers, and we'll see how far we get. There might be a few other things. I would actually like to take off the whole dashboard, this whole control panel I'd like to take off. I'd like to take off the RPM gauge as well, just see if I can get all this rust cleaned off. I might go as far as also maybe taking off the grips in this video. I don't know. Okay, let me get into doing some stuff here. Let's get the mirrors off. All right, we'll take the mirror off first. Now the nut here on this mirror is like a 16 millimeter, and I, believe it or not, don't have a 16 millimeter wrench. Got sockets, but not a wrench. So we'll get this off. Again, I would probably take this inside and try to clean it up a little bit, but maybe I can sell them, I don't know. There we go. Okay, so here we go. All right, here's the blinker coming off. This is my right side blinker, of course. All right, there's that. All right, let's see if I can follow the power line. It goes in behind the headlight, it looks like. So I may end up having to take my headlight off. All right, there's that. Take off the headlight and we'll see where the blinkers get attached. Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do too. Maybe I'll just take off the headlight altogether. So there's the bolts that hold on the headlight. They got a little sleeve on them and a little lock washer on it. There we go. So let's pull off the headlight. So there's the headlight off. In fact, I just remembered I got to replace this cowling around the headlight because of this dent right here. So yeah, I'll have to go online and see what I can find. Okay guys, so I found these are the 3 wires that go to this blinker here. So that's all I need right there. So more than likely, one's a hot, one's a ground, and I don't know what the other one is. I'm hoping I can pull these apart fairly easily. And then I'll go get some tape them together, and put a, I pulled off 2 of them at the same time. Didn't even realize I did that. Okay, so these are my blinkers. That is for my right blinker. So let me go tag those. Okay, so those 3 wires are now labeled with right blinker, just our blinker written on there. Now I should be able to feed. Oh shit, I did it again. I'm an idiot, I really am. All right guys, so I got the right blinkers labeled this time. And now I can just pull out this. Can't believe I did that. So, right blinker off. All right, we'll take off the left blinker now. That was my dog Missy you're hearing whimpering over there. Oh, come on, there we go. All right, so that's loose now. All right, there's my Missy girl. She's being really happy and she wants to come in, but her rope isn't long enough to reach the garage, so she can't. Okay, so here are the wires for the left blinker. Here's 1, 2, and 3. So those are the left blinkers. Let me go get my tag. So there's my left blinkers. Now again, I can just pull this right out. A little bit of tape. Okay, in order to get all this off, I am going to have to take out the entire housing of the headlight. So let's go ahead and do that now. There is a nut on the inside, but it's pretty loose. So I'm just holding it with my fingers. So there we go. There's the nut and the bolt. Go ahead and take this one out. Oops. So unscrew that with my fingers. There's that. Now this should hopefully just come right out. Of course. Oh, there we go. Just got to pull a little harder, push all the cables through. Okay, I'm going to have to undo a lot of these clips here, I guess. Okay, so I can pinch with the big ones here, and hopefully I can pull with the needle nose. Okay, finally got that one off. All right, so there's that one. We'll have to do this one that has just the two. Why can't they make these things easier? There we go. Yeah, look at that, I actually damaged that a little bit. All right, now I gotta do this big one here. There we go. All right, I have no idea what this is. It's the only single one that's attached, so I'm just gonna pull it off. All right, so here's my headlight housing. I will clean this up and reuse it. Okay, underneath the instrument cluster we have two screws, one here and one here. Let's see if I can get those out. Okay, there's one. There's two, and there's the back of the speedo cluster. All right, now to get this one off, we need to take off both of these nuts. Another 10 millimeter nut and lock washer. Oh. Dropping my nuts. So nuts and lock washers. All right, so there's that. Take off the speedo cable here. There's the speedo cable. And I don't know what else is attached. All right, looks like I might have to have an Allen key to get this out. And then hopefully, oh, that's what it is. I got two nuts on both sides there. And what do you think, a 12? Oh. Well, that's interesting. All this is starting to fall off. Oh, no wonder it's all been flopping around. Yeah, it's all busted. That's why I bought a new one. Look at that. Whoops. All right, so those are lights for the speedo. So this should then just come off then too. But it looks like it's trapped more in there than these were. All right, let's take that Allen screw out and see what happens. What do you think, a 5 maybe? No. 6. Yep, 6 fits in there. Come on now. It's going to come out a 1/4 inch at a time. All right, I'll come back to you when I get it out. All right, guys, I finally got this to come out. Looks like the bottom of the ignition switch also popped right off. All right, so let's get these side ones out. Okay. So I took these out from behind this clip here so I can get better access to this bolt. Wow, those are on there pretty tight. All right, so on the bolt. So on the bolt here, there is a regular washer and a lock washer. Lock washer is on the bolt head side. Okay, there we go. And that bolt is the same way. It's got a lock washer and a regular washer. But does that release it? Yes. Okay, so there we go. We got the dash panel off. Great. Now I can work on getting the rest of this taken off. And so I'm going to see about taking off this outer shell here and getting this all cleaned up as well. But for now, let's work on getting this off. Oh, and by the way, that that bolt that we took off that was for the ignition, we did not have to take that off. So I'm just going to put that right back on. All right, so I got that bolt back on, and I'm going to take, oh, gosh damn it, can't hold on to anything today. I'm going to take this cover in and clean it up. Those are spider nests in there, like egg-laying sacks. So yeah, I'm going to take that inside, clean it up, and then I'll just snap it back on. Okay guys, I think I figured out how to get off this bracket piece. I need to take out this screw, and this screw. All right, so I need to take off this screw here, this screw down here, and then there's one screw over here. Okay, so there's that. I did put the nuts and lock washers back on these posts as well, just so I wouldn't lose them. All right, so there's that bracket. Now this has a lot more, a lot more range of motion now. And I gotta figure out how to get this off. Just pull down really hard, I guess. Okay, I'm gonna take this inside, get it cleaned up. Looks like my seal was a little compromised there. I'm gonna have to see about getting that fixed. We'll see. All right, got a couple of nuts to take off here. I'll assume that these are 10s. No, they are not. How about an 8? Yes, it is an 8. Nut and a big washer. Got more spider webbing going on in here. Okay, now that I have the speedo out, I want to try something real quick. I've got this Brasso polish It's a metal polish. Yeah, let me shake that up a little bit. I want to see what it's going to do, if anything. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive, really. I mean, I don't know if it's going to take it all off. I might have to take some sandpaper to it. But, you know, technically that's not bad. And if I decide I want to just paint it, I can tape off the glass and then just paint this stuff and get most of that rust off with a little bit of sanding. Awesome. So I'm going to try some sandpaper also. I don't think I have any right now, but yeah, that might be an option. But I'm going to 3 more screws, this one, and one back here. I'm going to take those out, and hopefully that will release the faceplate. And voila. So if I ever need to check the bulbs or anything like that, I can do that. The bulb for the gas gauge is right back here. And then the 3 wires here are actually for the gas gauge itself. Okay, excellent. But what I'm really interested in, oh, look at that. I can take out this plastic piece. Awesome. Now I can take this in and I can actually clean all this part up, and I can clean this up and maybe polish it as well. Excellent. So polish, polish, wash, polish, polish, sand and polish, washy doohickeys there. Maybe wash my, maybe I can clean this up just a little bit and look for a replacement bezel there. And here's my replacement speedometer, because the other one was all broken to shit. So again, maybe I'll delve into this now, take this off, and see about polishing that up. I'm starting to think I'm just going to paint the outer ring here. Starting to think that might be the easier option. All right, guys, so the last thing I want to do today is I actually want to get this front fender off. So let's get into that. All right, guys, so right here on the inside part are 2 bolts that come in, and I have no idea how tight these are going to be. Holy crap. Okay, may end up having to get some lube on them, some penetrating lube. There we go. There we go. Yep. See if I can get this in a way where I can hit it. There we go. All right, so there's those 2. All right. All right, so there's that bolt. There's the second bolt. All right, got you back on this side just to take out the last 2 bolts now. Okay, there's that one. And boom, last one. Oh, that was really pinched in there, wasn't it? All right. Here's the front fender off. Excellent. All right, I know I should probably go inside, but I want to take off this cover here. Come on, there we go. All right, so got that dinky little cover off, and I would like to take off the horns, and there's a couple of things right there, a couple of bolts right there I gotta take off. And I think when I take off the horns and undo these bolts, these are my brake lines for the front brake, and that'll probably come loose as well. So I'm just gonna loosen it off, undo the bracket, and then undo the other side, take that bracket off. All right, and those look smaller than a 10 millimeter, so I'm gonna use my 8. Yep, 8. All right, there's that one. This one I'm just gonna break and loosen. That way I can move that, put this right back in. I don't know if I'm gonna keep these horns and keep them in that spot. I might get a different horn. All right, there's that one. Put it right back in again. All right, got wires on the backs of both horns. Pull those off. So that is off. Some tape and a post-it note. Made myself a little tag that says right and left horns. Okay, again, I keep on seeing things. I can take off these headlight mount brackets here. They're bolts. So for these headlight blinker brackets, I can take out the bolt there and the one in there. So I can take out that bolt and take off these brackets. All right, and then the bolt will go right back up into the hole. Stand up and get a better angle here. Maybe I can just take it out with my fingers. All right, guys, just to show you, I did take off the back bezel housing of the speedometer. So yeah, just letting you know that. I'll just take out the screw, pulled it off, put the screw back in. I will try to clean it up best I can. And again, I'll just see what I can do about all that rust and stuff. Not much, not nearly as bad as what's on here, but I mean, just that little bit right there that I did looks really nice. At least one time better than it was before. All right, guys, well, I got things I gotta wash and maybe some polish and whatnot, so I am going to do that over the next maybe day or two, and we'll see what happens. I don't know how much more I'm gonna do on this. I mean, I pretty much got done everything I wanted to do for this video, so I really thought my wife was going to be sitting there yelling at me to come take care of the dog or something like that, so I wasn't expecting to get much done today. But maybe I'll come out and start working on getting the hand grips off. Maybe, I don't know. If not, this is Mark saying thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the road. Holy crap, guys, look at this. Just before I left, I wanted to see if I could get it loosened, and look at this. Look at that, it turns. Excellent, excellent. course, I'm going to have to replace this because it got all chewed to shit. There's the spring and nothing else in there. Oh, there it is. There's a little washer. Oh, look at all that crud on there. Right down there at the bottom, look at that. Okay, so when I pulled it out, this black was towards the opening. Wow, that's disgusting. It really is. This makes me so happy that I was able to get it off. Okay, let me lay these things out. So, gonna have to get a new, I mean, look how chewed up that thing got. Look at that. So, I'm going to have to get a new one of these. Spring looks in good shape. And there's a little metal washer, but it's super thin. And that went on the end opposite the thing. What you call it? That. And then this went in. God, that's just... I'll get some WD-40 or something and I'll clean that up.